firecracker. Hey now, you're an all-star, get your game on, go play. Hey now, you're a rock star, get the show on, get paid. Pumpkin and firecracker. Sit. Good boys. Welcome back, Mango3. here. We're going to continue with Genshin Impact. We're about to end the event with Kokomi and the Traveler, the flying guy, that guy, whatever you want to call him. It sounded like the game's already started. Whoop. Now it is. And I saw that also what's going to end is the catching animals thing, so we could go try that. Now why are they telling me to click here? Oh. Kaya, we got a new clothing thing. So last time we were working on trying to get his new outfit, and we just switched to his new outfit. I can figure out how to do it. There we go. So that's his new thing. So his previous one is like this, super tight. This one's like loose, almost like a Indian outfit.
Let's sneak off on an adventure.
Here we go. Alright, let's go ahead and do this shared site thing. We are almost done, I think. Actually, I don't remember where we're at. But... oh, we haven't done this at all? We get to do all of them right now. We'll spend most of our stream catching animals. That's fine. I should also do Kokomi before I forget. I should go do that one because that one's also about to expire. Try for her anyway. Alright, we are 8 short. Can we afford it? Eight. There we go. Barely enough. Last opportunity. Last chance. It's gold! It's gold, it's gold, it's gold. Not Perusing. My controller's shaking. Another one is shaking again. It's a bow. And catching! Alright! Awesome! Not who I expected. I lost a 50-50, but I got this character and she's pretty awesome. Definitely have always wanted this one. Cool. Yep, and we're not going to be able to do any more for her. Because we're going to need 9 more. I don't think we're going to get 9 more. We can get a little bit more Reduneka character trial, isn't it? Event. Test run, yeah. So we can do test runs real quick, grab a little bit. We got catching. I think she's really good because she's a super good healer and she's powerful as a water character. I have a good water character now, but I don't like him. He's the one that's bow switch child, the one that switches from bow to. I don't like that style. It's really, I hate bow in this PC version. Ta-da! That was fast. And then we'll do him real quick. We might do the other ones off stream if we get bored. The hover guy. Can you go up or down? Some events you can go like flying up higher anymore. You can go this way. And stop. Final attack. Alright, that reward, minimal. Yeah, that would be just a whole lot. You know. Alright, let's continue. Let's start. Where's this? Let's talk to this guy. This lady. Ahem, you two over there. Excuse me. Brand new game. Input random. Infiltrate places you aren't supposed to go to. Of course, animals are much cuter. Not being able to obtain rewards. Alright, so it's a mirror, and you're supposed to click on the mirror and do what it says, or do it. Use the mirror to find and retrieve all the small animals. Adjust your angle to improve your accuracy. It doesn't really tell you where to go to, but I see on the map there's a little footsteps, so that's probably it. There they are. Knock these over real quick. Equip the mirror to start. Well, I guess I have a mirror. Sure, let's make this convenient. Not. Get info on their location. Okay, this one is high up, looking at the waterfall on a hill above the palm tree. So there's like a little island with a palm tree. So it looks like he's roughly right in front of me. So you see the palm trees down there? But he's right here. There he is. Well, that was easy. Next one. Next one's in a little cave down on the very bottom, looking up at the save point. And it's a bird. And it's down by the stream. So stream, ladder, save point. Right here. Done. He didn't even fly away. Next one is a bird looking up at some bird houses. And save points over there. So don't know exactly where that is, but I'll bet it's in this general direction. Probably climbing that tree I'm looking at. I'm probably way too close, it's probably back farther. Or he's right in front of me. I was just trying to get a better view. I didn't expect to find you. Alright. What's next? Ooh, paper rewards. They even name the animal, that's funny. I see a sign right there. We're looking at a cat pretty high up on a hill near some pink flower across from the house. high enough or do I need to go up higher? I think I'm too high. Hard to tell. I don't see any pink flowers.
The damned will sooner die again than lay a hand on me.
There's some pink flowers down there. There's the animal. Eh, he ran away. Okay, this one's down on the water level. Across from the big plateau rock. Some grass. See a birdie. Okay, this one's right by the building, in the building. I think that's all you need to know, right? What are you doing inside? Aren't you scared? Because I'm a house fox. Okay, let's go here. This is the one we found by lighting up only the things that were on actual tall structures and skipping the low one. Be tall, tall. Alright, this one's easy. Right by this little island in the middle with 3 lion heads. That one over there. This one's up on the hill, looking down on the beautiful light blue, and it's right next to the vertical thing. detail. He's right there. Another one on the hill, similar location. Maybe not quite as high up. Other side of that. I see it. Put that one close. Put the trees high so you can tell. Cats were sleeping until right before I started. Now they're all over this. I might go back to this chair, but we'll see.
Once the snow is thick enough, we can eat it.
This one's down on the ice water, on this little island. There's that sword thingy. Right about next to the bird. Oh, this one's just above the little fire thingy. Fire thingy's there, so it's got to be up there. Right about I don't think he's going to make it. But if I do, you know there's gotta be an animal up there. He made it. Here's the animal. Okay, this one's down by the waterfall. Where's that waterfall? There he is. I see him. Won't see the waterfall, but it's probably facing me. Yep. That's the trick. Got it. Look who appeared. Two more.
Such fair weather. Why don't we do a bit of sunny work? Oh, what sort of work is that, you ask?
This one's right by the hook. Right near a cliff. Pretty high. There's the hook. This one's above me, I can see myself moving around. And here that rope goes across, not where the rope goes to. Basically just uphill on this rock wall.
You seem tired. Would you like some tea? I'll brew you some. Do you take sugar? 1 cube or 2?
See it. This one is a birdie on a little square or rectangle box. I think that's me on that hill, so I'm probably really far away from it. He's that way. Yep. Completed. Yay. Birdie on the water, right next to the to that table. Also next to the save point, but not quite on the middle. couple trees. Looks like to the back left of the statue. So over there. Back left of statues on the other side, isn't it? Is it higher up? Not really higher up. Alright, let's look really carefully at the statue. So this is definitely the back left of the statue. Oh, this is more to the left, not the back left. More to the left. From a tree. Well, the steep part of the mountain is not. I think I'm farther this way. There's a squirrel right here. Aw, lame. This is another squirrel. Really high up on a rock surface, close to this lifting thing on the statue side of the lifting thing. There you go, see. Got him. Nailed it. Success. Okay. So, otherwise, a few more test runs. I can actually afford a few more. I'm gonna go ahead and try just a few by themselves. I know the odds aren't as good, but. You never know, right? Last one. Oh, we got a purple one. Those are pretty rare. Rosaria. Dallas will be happy about that. C6. Let's do these. They call them interlude chapters. I'm pretty sure we're all complete for the France preparation, but let's try this one. Never hurts to do the main quests.
It's been a while.
Pardon me, I'd like to ask a question if I may.
Of course. Go ahead.
About that ride in Gokunin.
No. Now there's a question I wasn't expecting. Very well. I'll tell you what I know once more. The once renowned ride in Gokunin, comprised of 5
Hello,
branches.
welcome Luna Martinez. How you doing?
Futsu, Ishii, Hyakume, and Senju. The art of forging practiced by these 5 clans was first taught to them personally by the almighty Shogun. Over time, the 5 branches diverged from one another as generations of bladesmiths honed and perfected their craft until they became 5 distinct traditions. Most of the great swordsmith clans of old have since fallen into decline, and for a long time, only the Amenoma branch kept its art alive. But fortunately, Kaede Harakazuha recently returned to Inazuma and took up the mantle of the Ishin art. Now, 2 clans remain of the original Gokunin 5. If my memory serves me right, you yourself were present when he forged the Ishin blade.
Oh yeah, we were.
With Kazuha.
Remembers that now.
That was a long time ago.
They learned a bit about the decline of the Raiden Gokunin then too. It seems like such a shame.
What's the reason behind their decline?
That, my friends, is a tragic tale indeed. In fact, this was not made known to me for most of my life. All these years, I knew of those great clans' demise, but never the cause. Only recently, when the question was on my mind, did I ask Kaede Harakazuha about this. He told me that, as we are both heirs to a branch of the Raiden Gokunin, it was right that I should know the truth.
Your puppy. He's like, I don't want it.
There is no
was going to show you my cat, but
But I
he's
must warn you,
shy right now.
it is a dark and sorrowful tale.
One of my cats.
The Raiden Gokiden were the targets of a murderous rampage by a vengeful blacksmith.
I didn't pull. He's the one yanking on it.
Vengeful? Why?
400 years ago, so I'm told, there was a catastrophic malfunction in Tatarasuna's furnace. One brave swordsmith heard the commotion and chose not to flee, but he rushed to the scene, hoping to prevent a disaster. Tatarasuna was home to a state-of-the-art forging and smelting operation in that day, and overseeing it was the armory officer. His surname was Niwa, though he had family ties to the Kaedehara clan. Knowing that they had just one chance to save countless lives, Mr. Niwa and the swordsmith leaped together into the furnace. The furnace quickly stabilized, but neither of them made it out. The smith's death, though heroic, dealt a devastating blow to his family's fortunes. His orphan son was left to fend for himself, and grew up deeply resentful at the world. In his heart, the whole of Inazuma was culpable in his tragedy. He hated the almighty Shogun for her apparent indifference towards his father's death, and he hated everyone who had done nothing to try and save him. Powerless and destitute, the only legacy he had to pass on to his children was his hatred. Generation after generation bore this grudge, living in utter misery. Alas, if only the story could have ended there. 100 years ago, the then head of this family reached the end of his wits. He could bear their fate no longer, and yet could do nothing to change it. Finally, he made a drastic decision to take revenge on the Raiden Gokiden. In doing so, he sought to vent his pent up anger and shake the very foundations of Inazuma's forging industry. In his fury, he murdered indiscriminately, killing even bladesmiths from the Hyakame clan, which he belonged to. His goal was absolute, the devastation of all of the Raiden Gokiden. But when he came to the Kaedehara and Kamisato clans, his killing spree came to an abrupt end. He failed to catch them unawares. They fought back fiercely, and they did not spare his life. That is why the Kaedehara clan and their Ishin art survived that day. I suppose they were the lucky ones, under the dire circumstances.
The legend of the Raiden Gokiden has changed. Someone else attacked the swordsmiths. It looks like the balladeer did something in Irminsul, but it seems Niwa still died.
Was there anything else you wanted to ask?
Have you seen Kazuha lately? Recently?
Kazuha? Why, yes. Just yesterday, in fact. We spoke for a while over some tea. He seemed well.
Phew, so he still exists. And he's the same Kazuha I know. Things don't seem as bad as I feared last night. Thanks all. Thank you very much.
My pleasure.
Don't tell Paimon. There are other places you want to visit too, right? Your expression says it all. You can't hide anything from Paimon. On to the next stop. Lead the way, traveler. Paimon will be right behind you.
Head to the Yashiro Commission.
How can I improve my culinary skills?
We're here! This is the Yashiro Commission's headquarters, so...
Traveler, it's been a while.
Hello.
If you're looking for the commissioner and Miss Kamisato, I'm afraid your timing is unfortunate. They're not here right now.
Are they out on business?
The commissioner is out on business, and Miss Kamisato is standing in for some meetings in the commissioner's place. If it's urgent, you're welcome to wait inside until they get back.
What do you think? Shall we go in?
Thank you. We'll take you up on that offer. Can we take a walk in the courtyard?
If it were anyone else, we couldn't allow it. But seeing as you're so close with the commissioner and Miss Kamisato, I think it should be okay.
We'll be heading in then. Thanks.
Hello, dears. Is there something you want to say?
Ma'am, can I ask you a couple of questions?
Of course, traveler. Yes, I know who you are. Miss Kamisato has told me about you. What would you like to know?
How are the Commissioner and Miss Kamisato these days?
Oh, they're both very well indeed. Lately, Miss Kamisato has been rather busy with all kinds of meetings and occasionally paying visits to some local organizations on the Commissioner's behalf. As for the Commissioner himself, well, you know, busy as ever. That much hasn't changed. Although, he does seem to be in a rather good mood these days.
So pretty much business as usual on the Yashiro Commission, huh?
Very much so.
Ayato is still the Yashiro Commissioner. Ayaka is still the lady of the house. No changes there. As far as I can see, nothing's changed in the Yashiro Commission either. I was expecting as much, but it's still a big relief to know that the Kamisato siblings are both safe and well.
Well, got any more questions?
That's all for now. Many thanks.
You're very welcome. In fact, I would love nothing more than for you to come and visit more often. But I'm sure you must be far too busy to have time for that. Miss Kamisato talks about you all the time. She seems so thrilled to have you as a friend, and she's always saying how talented you are and how much she admires you. I must say, many things in Inazuma seem to have taken a turn for the better since you arrived here. So, you're not just Miss Kamisato's knight in shining armor, you know. You're a hero to us all.
I'm flattered.
Alright, goodbye for now. Where are we going next?
Tatarasuna.
Great! Goodbye, ma'am. Don't worry, we'll see ourselves out.
All right then. Take care now. Hope to see you soon.
Oh, are you two leaving already?
Yep, everything's taken care of now. Don't worry.
Very well. Safe travels. Goodbye.
Javier is busy completing the quest Tatara Tales. Let's work on that one. This has to do with that furnace thing. Gotta love these islands. Rift's looking more dangerous by the second. Okay. Could fight him, but what's the point, right? Alright, so this one, I need to... Huh. Is this a new boss? Slumbering monster. Related to the electro-hypostasis you encounter, but it doesn't react at all. Maybe it's sleeping. Keep your distance for now. Interesting. I'm just looking for something to... Aw. Can't go in there. See, to unlock that. Aha, over here.
Useless.
Alright, investigating it. The rift is huge. Best keep our distance. Report back to Javier. Who seems to be in that area. Phew, situation looks stable at least. The situation at the Makaj furnace? Yes, indeed, from my observation, the internal buildup of Tatarigami energy doesn't seem very too high. The reason I initially activated the dome was to stop people from going inside, mostly because of the legal liability it puts on us. Basically, if too much energy accumulates inside, then this dome is completely useless. The main thing here is that everything's looking good right now, so it's happy days. No need to pour over mundane details at this point. How's the dome looking? It's got 3 rifts in it and a whole load of Fatui. Rifts? Wait a moment, Fatui? What are those sly Schnitznayans doing all the way out here? Whatever it is, it can't be good. Whatever it is, it's connected to the furnace. You really think so? If they're the cause of the issues, that really complicates things. Goodness gracious, how can this be happening? I'm just a humble engineer. I only wanted to come here to do a little research, do some filming, get a taste of Inazuma's delightful culture, etc. How did I go from that to being caught up in this whole mess? It began as a simple technical issue. Then the soldier turned up and all of a sudden it's somehow a process issue. Then, somewhere during said process, it transforms again into an Inazuman domestic affair Outlanders are strictly prohibited from interfering in. And now that the two are here, if it goes on like this, the nature of this problem is going to change quite radically indeed. It's all the Fatui's fault. I sympathize with you. You've had a similar experience before, drawn into a messy situation that fundamentally has nothing to do with you whatsoever. That's unfortunate. Whatever. I'm here now, and I'm the only person capable of resolving the issue with the furnace. Technically, ignoring it would be a complaint decision, both in terms of process and in terms of who has jurisdiction over it. but I can't just leave it unresolved. Perhaps I just need to accept that for a researcher, this is just the way life is, or as we say in Fontaine, c'est la vie. If the Fatui are really here to try and get their hands on the Tatarigami energy inside the furnace, then the containment dome should be a major stumbling block to their plans. Were those rifts also... Indeed, there is no way in my mind that the Fatui are at least tangentially related to those rifts. I see. So it's those cracks in the containment dome that are causing my instruments to give these anomalous readings. I must say they are very stealthy. They managed to make it all the way here, damage the dome, and access the inside of the Bakaj furnace without anybody finding out. The Fatui are good at acting in the shadows. The Fatui are good at everything except doing good. Let's say the first one. If that's the case, there's a real possibility here that they've already made it inside. If they're left to their own devices in there, what if they destroy the furnace? Are the Fatui really so reckless? If it exploded, they would share the same fate as everyone else. I wouldn't put it past them. Dear me, they are truly daring. First things first, we must find a way to scare them off. Give me a moment to think. I've got it. Since they decided to sneak into the furnace quietly, it must mean that they wish to avoid a direct confrontation with the shogunate. So all we need to do is make some sort of big, dramatic gesture to make them think that the shogunate is already onto them. And that might just make them much more cautious in their approach, which will make our investigation much easier. Dramatic gesture? I'll go and defeat them right away. What? Whoa, hold on a second. That's not what I meant. Hear me out first. Do you know of the Kamoajima cannon? It's a big gun that built using the latest technology powered by electro. The shogunate had a few of them installed on the island for military purposes, since this is where the front line was. But as the war went on, things changed, and now they're currently sitting there unused. Things changed? What exactly? You'd have to ask our soldier friend, but I'm sure he'd just tell you that he's not at liberty to disclose classified military intelligence. If you want my take, I think the Shogun's army underestimated the sophistication of their enemy. They installed the cannons, hoping to halt Sangonomiya's advance with overwhelming firepower. But although the cannon does indeed pack quite the punch, it has a limited field of fire and it's not very mobile. Most importantly, big artillery guns like these need several people to operate them, and maintenance is a real headache. Trying to defend the furnace and the cannons at the same time meant that our soldier friend and his comrades were spread much too thinly. So ultimately, it actually gave Sangonomiya an opportunity. After making it past the cannon's field of fire, they quickly took down the forces guarding the furnace. Before the Shogun's army could get emergency reinforcements to the furnace, they had already withdrawn from there and started attacking from a different direction. Constantly being dragged back and forth kept the Shogun's forces fully occupied, so when the furnace started having problems, they were forced to halt production. Meanwhile, the cannons installed in the wild became essentially useless against the kind of tactics employed by Sangonomiya's side. Suffice it to say that as far as the fight on this island went, Sangonomiya had the upper hand. So did Sangonomiya damage the furnace? I don't think so. They should be well aware that the Tatarigami sealed inside wouldn't treat Sangonomiya and the shogunate any differently from each other if the furnace was destroyed. All they want is to continuously harass and attack the furnace, to be a nuisance to the shogun's army and slowly wear them down. I wonder who it is that is planning all these precise attacks from Sangonomiya's side. Well, that's enough chit-chat. Whatever the case, the cannon will definitely cause an unimaginable ruckus, which is just what we need. As a result of some miraculous coincidence, I actually know how to operate the cannon. Does this miraculous coincidence have to do with Fontaine? It's tech from Fontaine again, isn't it? Well, Haha, I won't go deeper into that, but we do have other technologies besides just maintaining and producing equipment. Are you going to fire the furnace directly? Fire at the furnace directly? What if the containment dome breaks? As I said before, the containment dome is meant for stopping people from entering. The two have already broken through. That much you've seen with your own eyes. Though it may seem like it's just a few small tears, the truth of the matter is the dome is actually barely holding up. If they're left unchecked, even if the furnace is alright, they'll definitely find other ways to cause problems. If we don't destroy the dome, we have to go through the three tears that the Fatui made to repair the furnace. It would be fish in a barrel for those Fatui to shoot. But if we destroyed it altogether, not only would it shock the Fatui and provide us with an advantageous opportunity, it would also allow for us to have more routes to choose from. Besides, if we can repair the furnace in time, everything will return to normal, even if we do destroy the containment dome. Have a little faith in me and in the marvelous technology of my homeland Fontaine. Come, let me mark the locations of the cannons on your map. Do we need to prepare some projectiles? Don't we need to prepare the projectiles? Normally we would, and the cannons use a very special type of projectile. That's why the Shogunate is so lax about leaving those huge cannons in the wild. But as I said before, I happen to know how to operate this sort of cannon. What I also know is how to make use of electro to bypass our projectile-related limitations. But since neither of us has a vision, if we are to get a hold of some stable elemental power, we should go ask the treasure hoarders if we might borrow a few of those curious small bottles in which they seal some. Just leave it to me. Then on behalf of the Special Review Board, I will be entrusting you with the task. I'm confident that we will make a wonderful team. Alright. Open your inventory to view the map. Alright, there's the map. So I just have to look at the map and find those 3 islands. One shaped like a shoe, one's in the middle of 3, one's hardly much of a map. Shoe is here, other one's here, other one's here. Let's start with the ones that already have waypoints. Activate the cannon. I think that's a cannon over there.
Let's get down to business. Going somewhere?
No, this looks more like a boat.
It's my lucky day.
Alright, he's charging. I don't know why he's healing. Oh, we lost one. There we go. Alright, looking for the cannon. Somewhere around here.
I suppose this will do.
The beetle up here. Maybe it's this guy I have to beat.
Steady as stone.
He's all by himself. Oh, easy. Oh, there's one right there. Is that the cannon? Oh, here's the cannon. I thought it was a person. You're not using your current state. Alright, we're aiming. I assume at that over there. Not even close. Closer. Oh, I caught it. We got one. I think that's it. Now they're telling me how to use it. I already figured it out. Yeah, we got one of the rifts. Okay. Next cannon is over here. There's the rift. And find a cannon that faces it. Oh, we're standing next to it. Well, that's not. Must be affected by electric or carrying a hammer. Hopefully I don't hit anybody. Come on. Have fun. Okay. Yay, got it. Last one's over here, no waypoint. Alright, looking for a cannon. It's probably up there. There it is. Perfect. Bullseye. We broke it. Now we can go in. Knock, knock. You're back. My, that was loud. My eardrums are still ringing. After hearing the cannons, the Fatui will most certainly suspect the Shogun has become aware of their activities. Still, something seems off here. Why hasn't Tataragami energy begun to leak out of the containment dome when we was destroyed? Could it be that the furnace's systems are still operational and they've already purified some of the energy? Or perhaps Fatui are collecting that energy? Wherever the case may be, please take this opportunity and go and find out. Watch out, it's the Fatui. Oh, they're here already. Right. It's ice, so I don't have to worry about him healing. That's what I'm afraid of. I'm just gonna do a one shot. Doesn't want to fall up. Goodness me, they don't beat around the bush, do they? This is how they roll. Looks like they have their eyes set on this place. It seems that their target is Tataragami energy, which is within the furnace. Go check up on the status of the storage device inside the furnace while the Fatui are distracted by all the ruckus we're making. If they do encounter any, why take them out? I have confidence in your abilities. We'll just go climb it. is really annoying. Who's shooting me? It's that lady right here. Teamwork, huh? One's water, one's ice, probably. I don't know.
There can be no excuse.
Gosh, go away. Does this help me? No.
Time to clean up. I must leave no stone unturned.
Hey, got one. Now I think it's gonna be a lot easier now. Let's go ahead and wake you up.
I'll catch up. Stay as stone.
Alright, at least I'd investigate. Ooh, we got a couple. Ah, these notes seem rather plundered during a recent raid of Fatui. The age of these notes have made the words difficult to recognize. The inspector bought a certain number of jade steel ingots. Sir Katsuguri Suragi discussed matters of smithing deep into the night with the vice armory officer.
Wonderful.
Alright, we need to go up there. Probably means we need to go here. Find some enemy to heal. Can I climb this? Yes, I think I can. Alright, can't have our healer die, so let's switch to somebody who's rather useless. Don't you dare fall. Alright, we made it. We're closer, but we're stuck. How do we get around this? Oh, I died and fell off. One. Oh, I died and fell off. No, 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 no. Don't go down there. That's not, I put all that effort into climbing up there and then they made me fall to them.
It was my honor to serve you.
That's something. Not enough to survive.
My flame.
Oh, so close. Yet so far. Alright, so this is weird. I don't know how to get into this thing. I have a lot of things to click on, but nothing that helps. Let's try this route. Different direction. Okay, I didn't quite make it to where I think I was trying to go. If we go under, anything down here? I think we're going this one is slightly faster. This direction. No, it's this direction's where we want to go. Oh, we're in it. Maybe I turned right and I should turn left. Or left and I should turn left. Aha, here we are. So I just didn't go high enough. We were almost there before. This should be the furnace. Take a picture of it. Record it. Higher? Okay, so we have to go higher. Where's my camera? Do I have to switch to that? Does that count? Hey, we'll take it. Let's get out of here. Actually, it says there's something useful over here. Oh, it's that thing in the sky, I think. Black 13. I don't see any more, but I do see one thing up there. Oh, that's not what I clicked on. That was life-taking. Find the device, yes, took a picture of it. Let me take a look. Good, good. It hasn't suffered too much damage. If all the other emergency systems were working normally, most of the energy circuits inside the device should have been cut off already. That I would consider great fortune, even amidst our many miseries. I have a few more preparations to make, and I also need to give the problems we face here at the furnace some thought. Come find me after a while. We still have a lot more work to do here.
Well, here we are. But what are we looking for? Something or someone?
Do my eyes deceive me, or is that the Traveler in Paimon?
Haven't seen you in 30 seconds.
Xavier? What are you doing?
He has a voice all of a sudden.
I was in the general area, and now I'm in this specific area. There, that's me. So what about you two?
We have some questions and thought you might be able to help.
Do you know about the Tatarasuna?
Certainly do. I've researched the furnace here in some depth. If there's anything you want to know, just ask away.
How well do you understand the history of this area?
Like the back of my hand. Make no mistake, I have been here a good many times before. Not only that, but I've met people in Inazuma whose families used to live in Tatarasuna years ago. They said it's all true, the history here.
Go on, I'm listening.
Oh, well, it's a long story, don't you know? The tale of Tatarasuna starts a long time ago. I'm told that its history is one of the most foremost forging and smelting operations in the nation. Goes back around 1,000 years. Still, the furnace has had a couple of serious maintenance issues along the way.
A couple? When exactly?
One was just in the last few years, the other was several hundred years ago. A fun fact, I'm not the first Fontaine tech guy to come and work on it either. There was a guy back then too. They say he was a mechanic who consulted on a technology upgrade. It seems like the technological collaboration between our two nations goes back a long way. How about that?
Mechanic, huh? Looks like the doctor still sabotaged the furnace, leading to all the ensuing chaos.
Hey! Weren't you gonna ask Xavier something about Tatarasuna? Come on, ask already!
I am.
Oh, I didn't realize you two were here for a history lesson.
Me neither. Paimon doesn't know what's gotten into this one today. Feels like we've been preparing for a history exam or something.
What brought this on? Did you just wake up today with a sudden burning desire for historical knowledge?
Pretty much. So can I ask one more question?
Sure, go ahead.
Have you ever heard of the Kabuki Mono connected to Tatarasuna?
A kabuki mono? No, I can't say that I have. I do know the word, Inazuman, for those eccentric types who always go around dressed to the nines. Just the sort of person that I'd like to meet, actually. But sadly, I've never had the pleasure, nor have I come across anything to do with a kabuki mono where Tatarasuna is concerned.
So there's no more Kabuki Mono. Did the balladeer really manage to erase himself from history completely? If so, he must have wanted to change the world and revert everything back to the way it was. But so far, it looks like the majority of changes have only affected himself. Thank you, Javier.
Of course! Don't mention it.
Oh, we're leaving? Okay, bye, Xavier.
Oh, you're most welcome. More than happy to help. Farewell.
Looks like you got all the information you're looking for.
Time to go back and see Lesser Lord Kusanali.
Sure, but what's up with you today? Whatever it is, it seems like it's really troubling you. Keep your smile, Spinal Crocodile. No matter what happens, Paimon will always be there for you.
Thank you, Paimon.
Hey, don't mention it. Alright, let's head off and go eat Nahida.
Two different quests opened up. Let's do the main quest first.
Hey, it's them!
Akaba, Sawara, you're still here?
You still talking about the essay?
Indeed we are. If you have a moment, we'd love for you to join us once more.
We have time. What do you want to talk to us about?
It's the same topic we discussed last time. Obviously.
Still looking for more info about Tatarasuna, huh? Should we join them?
Perfect. These two have researched Tarasuna's past. Let's hear what they have to say.
Unfortunately, we haven't made any real progress.
The article that you let me read last time was great.
Huh? Oh, of course.
Brief analysis of possible events of historical importance in the Tatarasuna area. Sponsored by the Veil Cutter Project. Abstract. Always been a major pillar. The Tatarasuna area, major pillar of Inazuma's smithing industry. 2 incidents have occurred here, and the details behind the first are vague at best. I believe, however, that there might be a hidden history behind the events that transpired. Hence, this paper will attempt to analyze what they have unfolded from the available data. Writing Gokuden. Random quotes. How weird. It's just basically a list of quotes. 7 notes. Scattered across. Oh, notes that they picked up. I see. Cross-cultural. Giving the background on the characters, the inspectors, subordinates, mechanic. Unfinished. A lot of thought.
I presume you'll want to read mine as well. Here.
Extract 1. Talk a lot of details, similar characters, possibly same characters. Very detailed. Black Cloud. This is very disorganized. Also not finished. The content has changed. Another effect of tampering with the information in Irminsul. The validator said he'd erased 2 of his names. If he really succeeded, it must have taken all of his might. But still.
Well, what do you think?
A masterpiece.
Hey, Traveler. Remember how last time Akaba was saying how he wished he could gather more information about all this? Well, we just got back from Inazuma. So how about we tell them what we learned?
Sure.
What did you find out? Something big?
It's a long story. Basically, we have some friends in Inazuma, and...
You tell them what you learned about the Raiden Kogan and Tatarasuma's history.
So many new details. Thank you so much for sharing that with us.
Well, well. So it all comes down to one man's desire for revenge. Huh. You heard this from a member of the Arminoma clan, you say? Then I guess it must be true. Ugh. So there's no ghost story here after all.
This new information actually lends further credence to my hypothesis. Evidently, swordsmiths were seen as having an incredibly prestigious role in society those days, to the extent that harming them was conceived of, at least by the perpetrator, as a way of exacting revenge against those in power.
Yes, okay, point taken, you were right. But that doesn't mean I can't carry on with my novel.
And they're back at it. These guys are really into this.
We got some things to take care of. Bye for now.
Oh, so sorry. Look at us, prattling on about our projects and ignoring you. Thank you so much for the information.
You're welcome. See ya.
Keep us in the loop if you find out anything else.
Will do.
And we get to talk to Nahida. Hello again. She's the center of attention here. Which cat just jumped up? That is the pumpkin! If I turn like this, you can watch the cat.
Nahida, we're here! Traveler, Paimon, how have you been? Ugh, where to start? Paimon hasn't had a moment's rest this whole time. That night, we ended up chatting until suddenly the sun was up. And then he decided he wanted to go to Inazuma.
How was investigating the situation with the balladeer?
The Balladeer? This sounds like some kind of code name.
She forgot who she was too. Who he was. Oh no!
You look troubled. Is there something you need to tell me?
Even Naida doesn't remember. Just like last time, any changes to Irminsul affected her as well. The balladeer acted quickly. He finished erasing himself before Naida could stop him. I'm the only one who still remembers the things that were erased. Once again, I am the record keeper.
Hey, what's wrong? You look so upset.
There are things that have happened that only I can remember. I have to tell you the truth. With a heavy heart, you piece back together the story that was broken and scattered across time. There once was a man named Balladeer, created by the Electro Archon. He was a puppet who lived among men. After a series of events in Tarasuna, the Balladeer, thinking he had been thrice betrayed, left Inazuma to roam the world beyond. With no trust for humans and only loathing for the gods, he bore his grudge for years as he grew in strength, then returned to Inazuma to take his revenge. He tried in vain to become a deity with a gnosis, and ended up losing everything. Finally, he entered Irminsul and learned the truth behind his betrayal. Knowing now that his entire life was built on lies, he did the unthinkable in an attempt to reverse his tragic fate.
That's quite a story. So, this puppet known as the Balladeer erased himself from Irminsul, hoping that he could change the past. But how was he even able to do that? As the traveler said, he very nearly became Sumeru's deity. Admittedly, I remember it a little differently. I don't recall finding anyone inside the machine after we defeated it. Nevertheless, it does make sense. If someone were to successfully erase themselves from Irminsul, the world would change to reflect the new reality. So, you believe this person really existed, and we just don't remember him because, well, because he literally changed the world? Yes. Theoretically speaking, it is possible to do this. But I'm struggling to imagine the kind of person who would dare go through with it. The traveler comes from a world beyond Tevat. That's why there's no information about him in Irminsul, and it also explains why any changes to Irminsul wouldn't affect him. So if there's anyone in the world capable of retaining memories from a past that has been rewritten, it's you. It's quite incredible when you think about it.
You can say that again.
Paimon's having a hard time understanding this Balladeer guy's motivations. Why did he do it? I can only make inferences based on the information we've been given. As for what kind of person he was, only you remember that.
I'm really not sure. We were enemies after all. I don't know his perspective on all this, so I can't say why he did something so extreme. Did he want to reset everything or save someone? Or did he want to completely undo his existence? If everything can be set right, it's time to solve this once and for all. Maybe it's all there is to it. I still remember the question he asked. He asked me specifically, and my hesitation gave him his answer. I hesitated because I witnessed Greater Lord Rukadavada erase her own existence, but I can't tell Naida that. To put it another way, I know why the Balladeer was so sure it could work, but I can't tell them that.
Something else worrying you? Something that you can't share?
I just feel empty. He chose such a radical option, and yet...
It couldn't change the fate of the ones who had died, right?
Yes.
Once the Balladeer realized he hadn't been betrayed after all, it must have completely changed his view of the people of Tatarasuna. Now he saw them as friends again. He couldn't keep hating humans after that. And if he thought there was a chance he could save his old friends, it would be hard not to try. The story makes sense. Every part of it. The Balladeer tried to achieve godhood with the doctor's help. He was unsuccessful, but retained the power to connect with Irminsul. That power then enabled him to change what was recorded in Irminsul and erase himself, even though he didn't have much strength left. Yeah, it does make sense, but it still ended in tragedy for his friends. It just feels so hopeless. He gave everything to do this, but it seems like he got nothing in return.
Yeah, he changed the world in many ways, and yet the dead still didn't get a second chance. Those fated to a tragic end could not be saved. What exactly did he want to fight back against? The betrayals in his life, or did he wish he'd never existed at all?
Please wait a moment. I want to check something. Found it. This should be the one. It turns out that I have a strange way of confirming everything he has told us. What is it? A record from a personal collection. It was tucked away in a corner. You should take a look.
Surprisingly, the information is presented to you in a way that resembles a fairy tale.
Is this a fairy tale? Who wrote it?
This matches everything I said.
I authored this record myself. Huh? You wrote a fairy tale that somehow has something to do with the Balladeer? When combined with the Traveler's narrative, it's clear that this story is an allegory. Everything in it is a symbol for something else. Hold on. So this record survived from the past? Yes. Any information about the Balladeer or the Kabuki Mono and other records will have been changed. But I wrote this story in a way that means it was left intact. Changing the information in Irminsul changes to that. But Irminsul can't change information that was well hidden in advance. I guess I must have written this story as a backup before the Balladeer entered Irminsul. That's incredible! What a great idea! And sending the Traveler into Irminsul with the Balladeer must have been a further precaution. I knew he'd remember everything. This story is abstract enough that it still resonates with the present information recorded in Irminsul. But if we connect all the different pieces together, the true story that emerges is the one he told us, the now erased life of the Balladeer. There was once a lone monster draped in fox fur. The monster found a family of foxes, joined them, and they became friends. The monster lived with the family day and night, and everyone treated it as one of their own. Once in a while, the monster would take off its fox fur at night, and lament to itself as it gazed at its reflection in the water. I am a monstrosity, yet they are too foolish to see it. I pity them. But the monster soon found solace when another came to live among the foxes who was not their kin. A kitten, carved from the wood of a white tree who had been abandoned by the humans. The kitten too wished to become a fox, but its tail was too slender and it could not grow a coat of richly colored fur. Yet when the other foxes saw this, they spoke words of comfort to the kitten. Even without a tail and fur like ours, you are still one of us. Furious at this happy resolution, the monster lit a fire on the mountain. The terrified animals panicked as the fire spread. The only way to extinguish the flames was to make a sacrifice. A gray fox stood up and addressed the monster. It said, "You are the cleverest among us. Surely you can help us find a way to solve this." The monster smiled, led the fox toward the fire, and murdered it. The gray fox's heart was turned into a beautiful drop of water, clear, spotless, and pure. The monster gave the heart of water to the kitten, telling him, "The foxes have decided. You are the one who must be sacrificed. Take this, quench the flames, and die for your fox kin." The fire was extinguished, but the kitten lived. It left that side of the mountain and found a little bird who had a broken wing. The two promised they would spend their whole lives together, but the little bird did not have long left to live. It passed away soon after. After burying the bird, the kitten left the mountain for good. Never again would it cherish a single creature, nor a single blade of grass that stood on that mountain. The kitten spent the nights wandering aimlessly, gnashing its teeth at the moon. How it wished to swallow the moon and devour the moonlight. If the world could only return to darkness, then it would finally be peaceful and content. I will become the new moon, the answer to everything. Then, no one will know that there were once birds, foxes, and cats in this world. And no one can know that they were different. We solved it! I remember now. This is not just the Balladeer story. It is his very own memories. I made a backup so that it would be preserved no matter what happened. To become a god, he was experimented on and modified countless times. It was brutal torture, and the only reason he was able to survive is that he was a puppet. This memory was extracted from him by the scholars. Presumably, they kept it to have something to defend themselves with. Creating a deity was just the first step. Some of them wanted to be able to control it. That's why they packed up his memory for later use. I buried it deep inside one of my own dreams, and then hid it inside an allegorical story so that it wouldn't be altered.
It's hard to believe that this person really existed, let alone that he tried to get rid of us on more than one occasion. Paimon has no memory of him at all. He completely vanished like a puff of smoke.
The Balladeer agreed to help me look for information about the Descenders, and although he was unsuccessful, he still helped you. Before he vanished, he confirmed an important detail, that Conria was where your twin first came into this world. We still don't know how the change to Irminsul will affect the senior ranks of the Fatui, but in all likelihood, they won't even remember their own Harbinger.
I've never had this feeling before. It feels like life is as insignificant as a feather.
It sounds like Paimon wouldn't like much better. This is why wisdom alone cannot answer all our questions. We look, we see, and we comprehend, but the question still troubles us. So the answer is not everything. People yearn to find the truth and then conquer the troubles they face. When you give someone the truth, you give them a chance to choose their own destiny. To others looking on, this may seem like a pointless endeavor, but for him, the chance to act on his desire to disappear must have meant a lot. Never forget that even when we walk beneath dark clouds along a road filled with suffering, the light of wisdom is always there, guiding us toward a better destination. And that is what you have been doing all along. Yeah, Nahita's right. Cheer up. How about we go get something to eat? We can pick up this heavy conversation again later. Good idea. Paimon, why don't you take him out for a walk to clear his head? You got it! Come on, traveler! You need to get out of your head for a while. You'll feel much better after taking a walk. Let's go get a snack for one of the stalls in the Grand Bazaar! That'll be sure to lift our spirits. It must be really tough being the only one who remembers all that. But Paimon's always here to help cheer you up.
That was fast.
We're here! What should we eat first?
I have a nagging feeling like there's something I'm missing. Something important that I'm forgetting.
Are you gonna answer or what?
Sorry, it's just give me a minute. I'm still processing.
Alright, whatever you want. Well, Paimon will be right here when you figured stuff out. Then we can get something to eat.
Come on, brain. Let's dig this out. It's gotta be in there somewhere. It was something about Irminsul and deleting oneself. Greater Lord Grupidavada, forbidden knowledge. I need
What
it.
is it? Have you figured it all out?
Yes, that was it. Greater Lord Grupidavada. She said that no one can erase themselves from existence, not even her. Otherwise, why would she need to create her own reincarnation in Lesser Lord Kusanali to do the deletion for her? There would be no point.
Why'd you jump up all of a sudden?
No, I can't tell Paimon. She doesn't know about Greater Lord Grupidavada. But this is a crucially important detail. It's simply not possible for the Balladeer to completely erase his own existence. In which case, the question is, what happened to him?
Excuse me, boss. There seems to be a small problem with the last bill. Look, here.
Hey, that sounds like a hat guy's. The hat guy. It's Balladeer, he's back. He's not gone.
Hey! Hey, wait! You mean me?
No, not you. That kid. Didn't you see? Little rascal grabbed my last 2 fresh Sunsettias and ran off. Look, if you're gonna help out here, you can't keep spacing out, okay? What is it? Work's too boring for you? Or has the big city got too many distractions?
I wasn't paying close enough attention. Sorry, boss. I think you're right. Maybe it's the city. It's so exciting. It can be hard to focus.
Who's that guy? You know him or something?
That guy is the Balladeer.
He's who?
You're a strange one, kiddo. You say you don't want any money for helping out here, and then when I actually give you some work to do, you keep letting yourself get distracted. I don't want to take advantage, so I'm happy to pay you what I'd pay anyone else. But if you keep acting like this, pretty soon I won't be able to afford to.
No, please. I mean it. You don't need to pay me anything. I'm just so thankful you agreed to take on an outsider like me.
You're welcome, I guess. But I got bigger things to worry about. Look, we're all out of Sunsetias. And I promised the lady down the street I'd deliver a fruit bowl this evening.
Leave it to me. I'll find some more. Just a moment. I'll be right back.
Stop. I'm gonna level with you, kiddo. I've never met a worker who said they didn't want a wage before. And at first, I got greedy. Couldn't believe my luck. But I figured you'd start asking for something in return eventually. You don't want money. You don't take days off. And in your free time, all I see you do is wander around, taking in the sights. Are you a drifter or something?
That's right, I am. We can talk more about that later. First, let me get those fruits you needed. Sunsetias, was it? I'll be right back.
Hey, what do we do now?
Let's follow him.
Okay, stay out of sight. Don't let him see you.
Follow the person you just saw. Okay, well, follow the person you just saw. That's a good ending. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and put a cut in the video. Let me just double check and see if anyone else is on. Welcome again, Luna, our newest follower. Let's see. Let's go ahead and raid Call Me Vid. Tried it before and they didn't respond. Maybe this time I will. Alright. Have a wonderful weekend. Maybe we'll see you tomorrow.